Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda hero like defender of the fatherland of Theatre 2v2 on Dreux Scout. In the west, it is Riflemen, Joya, and Blue fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth. Here with the Guards armoured nation in the frosty cold of the Ardennes, with Mobile Assault featuring 81mm water teams, Royal Cavalry Sappers, Infiltration Commandos, Vehicle Crew Repairs, and Land Mattresses, Commander Regiments, Royal Engineers, and Lend-Lease there for Riflemen and Joya. And it is Kyeon-woo and CCarts fighting for the Oberkommandowest Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 107th Panzer Brigade with Overwatch, Scavenge, and Breakthrough, and Luftwaffe here for CCarts with heavy fortifications, smoke bombs, Fallschirmjägers, Magnet Assault, and Airborne Assault here. Clearly, some Fallschirmjägers supporting the 107th Panzer Brigade on its assault against the British lines. So, and as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters, wonderful people, and without the support, the Propagandacast would not be possible, so big thanks for all those. And all other people can join the ranks by Patreon themselves, or they can donate via PayPal. Links are in the video description. Or if you're going to consider pre-ordering Communist Fee, you can do so by the link in the comments. Use the code STUK3G. That helps me out a bit there, as I get us cut of the sale. And finally, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, feed the YouTube algorithms. So, we got some recovery sappers out here for Blue, as they do perform basically like assault troops in the early game. And there you go, even got the trick with the Universal Carrier rationing them force as well here. Of course, for some reason, they need to have rifles while riding in the Universal Carrier. I do not know why. I'm guessing strange British regulations. Academy for CCarts, full Scandinavian Sturmpioneer, they're pursuing the Universal Carrier, hoping to knock it out here. In the centre, we got Kyeon-woo advancing for Deutschland. And in the south here, Fultz holding up here, finding themselves suddenly a bit behind on support. So just staying behind heavy cover is a smart move. More Fultz was there for Kyeon-woo. CCarts with a Academy still on the way here to help deal with the early Universal Carrier. Popping out here close range, and then have basically just pelting the Sturmpioneer with a full volley of Sten gunfire before popping out again. Some very early and rare British mechanization there. It's definitely one thing that Brits can do, but very rarely do. But the only way you get stuff like recovery sappers or assault sections is another combo with that one. You may actually see some players do, but only then it's like 2v2s. You won't actually see anyone do this in a 1v1 matchup. In the south, at least not the ones I notice. And as Fultz flank up behind the section, we see the Riflemen enjoys infantry sections, because, yeah, I mean, are being bled out here. We got the Vickers flying away, and there we go. We got a Royal Engineer Regiment with recovery sappers, designate command vehicle, vehicle crew pairs, incendiary mortar support, and the AVRE. There we go, some recovery sappers as well. North here, full Scandinavians with the Universal Carrier there, and two recovery sapper sections. Kevin upset that good shot there, punching right through the frontal armor of the Universal Carrier there without any mercy shown there. Vickers on the way for Blue. And we got Kyeon-woo here with Scavenge. Featuring thorough salvage, flak pants for Ostwins, Jaegers, infiltration tactics, i.e. lots of grenades. I'm not entirely sure what that's called infiltration tactics, because there's absolutely nothing related to infiltration in it. And howitzer barrages. South here we've got the section routed. I mean, obviously the Jaegers can sort of, you know, creep up and then pop out with it, but that's really it. Kuban is striking at the Carthon, but also catching here Blue's Vickers in a bit of an awkward spot. There go, Universal Carrier to the rescue, is adding the Vickers K to it now. Sappers there riding in the back as always, rifles out, and then of course rifles back, Sten guns out once they pop out of it. There's really some impressive weapon management there, by the way. Academy have got a hit in Universal Carrier there. Vickers there firing at the Kugelwagen. Almost got it, but not quite. In the south here, Kyeon-woo advancing here with his Jaegers and his full Scandinavian against a Rifleman Southern forces here. Sappers still charging forwards for the British Empire. Their Sten guns blazing hot here as they charge the Germans, but they're being met with so much firepower. They're being ripped apart here by the Krauts. Up north here, full to flank, and Sturmpioneer back to flank around here. A Rifleman Jaw there found himself in a bit of a hot water versus the Bosch. Could even see the sappers here wiped out. That would be pretty good for the Germans, wiping out such a unit pretty fast. And looks like here Kyeon-woo. Oh, and to add insult to injury, to rub some salt into the wound. They'd gotten a flamethrower upgrade done right before they got wiped there. So that's not just the manpower gone, but the munitions. That's a double whammy there for the Reich. Up north here, fighting here between CCarts and Blue continues at a rather aggressive pace here. CCarts trying to get to the fuel point, but Blue is valiantly throwing everything he can to prevent that from falling into the Germans' hands. Sabres charging in, Basel craving attention at the wrong time as usual. Because they're being pushed back by the Volksgrenadiere in the far south here. German troops got also advanced here for Kyeon-woo. Bit of skirmishing there, bit of meowing from Basel. Medics on the way there for Blue. Riflemen and Joy has suffered some rather unenjoyable losses there in the face of the Germans, as Kyeon-woo is steadily making progress there. Jaegers being hauled back to the base for reinforcements. Battlegroup headquarters here for both. No mechanized regiment surprises here. And up north here, Universal Carrier takes another hit from the cannon effort, but once more survives. That is one sturdy Universal Carrier. Going here for the flank of the Universal Carrier and get rid of it. Of course, that'd be huge here for Kyeon-woo and for CCarts. As again, that is a hell of a light vehicle there. Grab northern fuel point there. In the south, though, Kyeon-woo heading hard north to assist his team. It does mean that Riflemen and Joy has an opportunity to push forwards rapidly. More recovery sappers. And the Universal Carrier does escape here. Bit of an awkward loss there for the Germans up north here. Fuel point being dug in by the Germans. Like Kedman for full guns with sandbags. That's it. The Rangers forces are back at base. We got medics, battle headquarter upgrades there. Both players. Might see some flak half tracks, may not. And there you go, Riflemen and Joy here with a full assault column. Also worth noting, bolted sections. That's 5-man sections now here to further put pressure on the Germans. Vickers coming against any northern push here. And we got Kyeon-woo actually splitting up his attention here by having some forces in the north. I feel like that's a bit more risky. He's going to keep fighting in the south. And yeah, he ends up retreating. I think Kyeon-woo realizes that might have been slightly a rig idea there. Truck out, so no flak half track. I mean, obviously, you can argue the Schwerpanzer quarter is technically a flak half-track as well, but, you know, no self-propelled one that can actually move about flak half-track. You know, the 251 version. North Universal going at the Fulton is there, ripping into there with its Bren gun and Universal Vickers K there. North here, can about to be attacked with the Vickers. In the center here, Volksgrenadier Sturmpionier under CCR's command here clashes with Blue and his sappers once more. Interesting enough, we're not seeing any flamethrowers here though on Blue sappers. You'd figure to go for that since, you know, that's a pretty good upgrade for them. In the south here, meanwhile, Kyeon-woo is trying to get the fuel point back here from Riflemen and Joy, who is enjoying denying the Germans fuel. And we got Blue here with some infiltration commandos going in for a deep infiltration flank up north here. Just 3 men out. The other 2 got lost. I mean, they're commanders, not pathfinders. Line for going there for Kyeon-woo. Or, you know, it's the typical, like, you know, Hollywood trope, you know, several of them get killed on the way there, you know. Leave me behind! Come on, mate, it's a squirrel! It's a savage squirrel! It's coming right at me! Oh, don't be such a baby. And a Sturmpionier setting out. Sappers from the Volksgrenadiers. Just briefly looked like those branches just spinning around on themselves. I was like, good lord. Jaegers hiding out there. We got more commanders here for Blue, committing pretty heavily to them. And again, another pair of commanders just mysteriously going missing there. Again, another dramatic Hollywood sequence where it turns out one of them was actually a German spy all along. Von Nitternich. And of course, you know, he takes out one and then gets killed himself. Very dramatic, but again off screen.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
You'll have to watch the movie spin-off of this episode. Out in cinemas, April 2026. Starring, I don't know, probably Chris Pratt. I mean, he's starring in everything increasingly. Folks in the south, there's the Vickers K there. Germans front line, they're looking a bit rough. Second line's gone there for Kyeon-woo. We got CC up with the Fallschirmjägers. He can also show he can go for some elite infantry there. And unlike Blue's commanders, they all know how to get there. Line for going there. Blasting away. Combined assault push here by... Well, combined force push here by Kyeon-woo and CCarts in the section. They're pushing them back. Swing hard south. You're looking to reduce the position of Riflemen and Joe. There you go. Vickers setting up. Could really put a dent into Kyeon-woo's northern push. CCarts not quite close enough to really assist, but there you go. That's a fully stopped blob here. Good set by the Vickers. Could even like take aim there, I think, for increased ability there. Up north here, Fallschirmjägers standing about. The commandos creeping up, hiding out. Fallschirmjägers just sort of standing about there, unawares of what's going on there. Fultz is flanking in there. There you go. Grenade assault. Series of Stielhandgranate killing Lewis. Fallschirmjägers still standing about there. This place feels really safe. Yeah, I can't imagine any Englishmen would be around here. Yeah, they're so stupid and ugly. And have you seen Septis? Don't do it, Hammond. Just wait a bit longer. Part of his name's Hammond. That's a really stupid name, isn't it? Yeah. Don't do it, Hammond. Anyways, Vegas being pushed back there. Advancing in, the section being pushed back there. And there you go, commander spot of the Fallschirmjägers. And apparently no one gets killed. That's quite impressive there, considering they got like fired up by 2 Fallschirmjäger squads with a series of FT-42s. University also gets away, ace level 14 kills. That's it, the Kuban makes an attempt to kill there, but there Vickers blocks the pursuit here from the Kubelwagen. South here fighting between Kyeon-woo and Riflemen Joy is sort of setting back and forth with no real clear winner. 6-pounder gun out here for Riflemen Joy. For the British, we do have take-up for blue. Could be a fast center, could be a fast Cromwell. Kyeon-woo, of course, rushing out the Ostwind as part of the current Scavenge commander meta thing there. And we got more Jaegers out for him. 2 Jaegers. More G43s on the way for them. Or more G43 because it's only one they're getting. Baltimore split up north. We came with that ready as well. Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper there for CCarts. Will be taking up himself. You also got a lot of light artillery here from Kyeon-woo with 2 light infantry Geschütz. Ready to bombard the allied positions. At least suspected allied positions. South here though, Kyeon-woo once more bit on the back foot versus Riflemen Joy, who has recovered from earlier issues. But there you go, Flakpanzer dashes in there and just dashes Riflemen Joy's enjoyment of the current status quo. Up north here, CCarts looks going to try and flank around, hit the car front from behind. Of course, there are 2 commander squads now fully reinforced. No one's getting lost here on dramatic Hollywood detours. Center on the way there for blue. But there you go, fully caught with the commanders. Just 10 Sten guns there, all silenced. Ripping into the advancing Fultz Grenadier. We got Brandhandgranate there. And if they decide to chuck bigger grenades, it's obviously going to have a bit more bigger impact on the Germans. Got more troops around here. Fallschirmjägers and Fultz opening up. There you go. One squad heavily depleted. Other squad could also be forced to retreat here. In the south here, Flakpanzer ripping into the section. Their cover steadily crumbling before the might of the Flakpanzer and the artillery almost wiping out their one of Riflemen Joy's sections. He has Bren guns out now. Blue, meanwhile, has he researched the weapon racks he has? Could start equipping his commandos with Bren guns as well. Car pumping hit there. University unawares of what's going on down further south. Munitions cache here from blue. And there you go, Centaur anti-aircraft tank out there for blue as well. Black Panzer being fixed up. North of University going for the Kedmir for there. 15 kills so far. Pretty good investment on that one. Centaur rolling ahead here for the British Empire, ripping into the Fallschirmjägers, who are definitely not rated for fighting a Centaur anti-aircraft tank at all. Schwerer Panzer quarters up there, opening up for upgrades for the Fallschirmjägers, though they definitely should get reinforced first. They absolutely should get reinforced first. And the center south here, mine goes off, section number takes losses here from the Flak Panzer. 3 kills so far for the Reich. South here, a significant infantry reserve, not doing anything. Could like theoretically go for deep flank around here, probably won't because most players never do. Like this part of the map, technically in most players' perspective never exists because it's just so far removed from any points. Commands moving up here, center as well ready. Up north here, we got the Sturmpionierer section, the Sturmgewehrs ripping apart those unfortunate fellows. And CCarts got his Panzer IV Model D on the way there, the Ausführung Jod. Commanders once more on Commander Rape, but there you go, met by the Schwerer Panzer quarters. And a lot of angry German infantrymen. Sturmpionier landing a hit in the center, but they're ultimately, forced to vacate the premises. Plenty of Piet wielding Sappercy for blue. Clearly prioritizes that over Bren guns. Also looking like he's not going to bother with any 6-pounder guns, in which case, having a lot of Piets is a pretty good idea. Fallschirmjäger meeting the commandos. Alongside the Fulton is also now fully upgraded with a lot of FT-42s, or Fallschirmjägergewehr 42. Section of the Fultons there, Bren guns ripping into the Germans. In the south here, we got Kyeon-woo raking in fire against Riflemen. Joy here, Sappers being met and killed. Also Vickers, or Piats there, though he does have one 6-pounder gun out. Well, he's about to lose his 6-pounder gun at this rate, though the Vickers suppressing a lot of Kyeon-woo's infantry is helping, but ultimately did expire there. The crew did not live to see another day. Panther 4 running forward for CCarts and the German army, and in the payload-mounted MG42 there. Always a good addition to have. And now we do have the Bren guns there on Blue's commandos. Over there, there we are. Significantly increasing their anti-infantry firepower, in particular since they do get a bonus with Bren guns and can fire them on the move. Which really means they are very nasty customers, in particular with some veterancy. They can absolutely become a nightmare for German infantry. Oh, more of a nightmare, really. Orbital dart in here for Kyeon-woo. Fallschirmjägers here find out the commandos, Panther Marine Assault to assist here, and there you go, commandos are now faced with a daunting amount of firepower there. The numbers are dropping rapidly, they're definitely not made for that kind of engagements. Sappers pushing forwards here, but there you go, Ostman blasting, Sturmpionier moving up, and still got the Panther flank with safe distance, and blue Sappers are feeling very blue as they drop dead. Center rushing forwards, Panther moving to engage yet. Good shot in return, Panther strike also lands a nice hit there on the anti-aircraft tank. Got 389 versus 379. Pretty close, but a tiny lead for the Brits over the Germans. Cromwell at the ready here for Riflemen Enjoyer. Lots of reinforcement healing in there. Kyeon-woo could go for a Panther for himself. He could also go for Jagdpanzer. I suppose you could try and stay up for a Panther. Or you could try and go for the King Tiger. Osman forwards again here, bit of shooting here and there, some light damage, got Samus when Parity as Rifleman Enjoyer digs in. Looking to slightly crawl against the Germans here with sandbags by the all appearances. Up north here, CCarts are striking it at Blue's northern possessions. The Panda 4 there quickly just ripping through here as Blue has no anti-tank sappers nearby or anything else, meaning he's got no web stuff in that Panda 4. Set, we do see a wipe there on the Germans. Center moving up, there we got commands ripping into the Germans as well. Here CCarts forces definitely taking a lot of damage here, and we do see a full rout here from CCarts. Panther Force moving in, but a bit late, and there you go, Piets there nearby. Could exploit the terrain here to get close to the Panther 4 without realizing, and then have pelted with a lot of Piets. Shots there. There we go, Panther 4 down to a fraction of its health there. In the center there, Osman has the Cromwell. There you go, Kenwell backing that one up, preventing a further pursuit. In the south here, Kyeon-woo could try and advance, but of course need to be careful not to blob up, as otherwise the Vickers will shut that down. In fact, he's got a pretty serious overlapping field of Vickers fire here, so that way prevent any blob from just easily advancing. Up north here, mines going off in the sappers. Fallschirmjäger surrounded by the center here, 7 kills, close to veteran 2. Panther 4 in dire need of repairs. As for Kyeon-woo, no Panther 4. Could go for the Panther here if that's what he's planning. Incinerator called in on the blob, forcing here Kyeon-woo to retreat. He definitely needs to get out of that habit of blobbing out so much. Firefly for blue, or Sherman VC or Icy, depending on the model of Sherman used for it. One of many tanks the British would upgrade with a 17-pounder gun. Well, there's also tank that was like the M10, but they'd upgrade that with a 17-pounder gun as well. Got the light guns they're blasting away. And we do get a Panther for Kyeon-woo, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Jägers ripping into the 6-pounder gun there, go Flak Panzer arriving. Kermev is firing away there. Gonna destroy the 6-pounder gun, denying it to the British. Smart move there. Panther slowly arriving. North here, a hard push here for blue against CCarts. His position's not quite prepared for this. Lacking any significant hard points here to withstand such a assault here. Blue races forwards here, but even then, gets perhaps a bit too eager then, ends up suffering too many losses, and gets pushed back anyway. So even lacking hard points here, CCarts was able to basically just elastically resist the attack and just wear it out and then push it back. Which is definitely, you know, another way to go about it. Panther almost down there for Kyeon-woo. Firefly ready, adding the tank commander. Orbison Knight here with the MG-34. Sappers blocking the way. We've got a bit of smoke here. Thumbs up to Riflemen Enjoyer. And there you go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 out here for Kyeon-woo. Model E. Which I think by late 1930s the Ardennes would have been fairly rare. As already by Normandy the Panther Model D was already, shall we say, the most prevalent model. So by Ardennes time the Model E would have been pretty rare as a Panther. That's a fun side note there. North here, commanders heading forwards. The Fulton is being pushed back here as the commanders just blaze the way forwards for their Bren guns. Pinwheel machine being added. Sappers pushing for the Panther here. Beta damage being done to the Panther here. In the south, Kyeon-woo is once more pushed back by Riflemen Enjoyer, who keeps doing what he enjoys. Black Panther inching forwards here, close to Veteran 2. Lot of artillery fire here doing zip. 335 to 352.
We're losing a capture point. Panzer 4, ready.
Panther 4 there, Veteran 2.
Supply half-track is ready for orders.
Sappers round to the Flak Panzer here. Crom racing forwards, Bren gun sectioning up here up north as well. Their blue is timing. Here's assault here. Looks like they managed to coordinate both their attacks that way. Neither Kyeon-woo or CCarts come in to support the other one. We got an export from CCarts to that set. The Centaur is incredibly good at shooting down aircraft. Incredibly good. The only thing that beats us is the M17. Compared to the German anti-aircraft vehicles are nowhere near as good. Maybe the flak half track, actually, the 250-17 can be decent there, but there you go. Quickly shut out the skies here by the Centaur. Ripped apart. Which really does beg the question why CCarts would call it in, because it's just going to be like a waste of munitions, because this one just more or less nullifies it. If it's like just insane postal code. Definitely feel that was a slight mistake there on an aberrational level by CCarts. I get why he did it, but with the Centaur about, it just doesn't matter. And just feeds the experience that becomes faster at east level as well. That it just feels like a really bad idea on several levels. In the south here, Kyeon-woo lining up for another push, but again, kind of looks like he's not quite shaking this tendency to blob up. Almost got a section there. That's said by now, blue has mostly transitioned just having the commanders do the heavy lifting alongside the sappers. CCarts here. Oh, he's got a mechanizer. In fact, they're both going for mechanizer regiment. Kyeon-woo, though, I don't think is close to King Tiger, but CCarts could do it. In fact, CCarts actually used to be a much more prolific Wehrmacht player, at which point his favorite build as Wehrmacht was just to stall for the Tiger race. So, honestly, him playing as Oberkommando West, I could see CCarts just stalling for the King Tiger. I could definitely see that being his game plan after his Panther 4 that's doing fairly well here. Section saying south is over the Bren guns. Got a forward assembly here for blue to further support forward operations against the Germans. Because they're also moving forward, they go straight to the Cromwell here. We got a common away there for Riflemen Enjoy. As for blue, we'll have to see what's next there. Up north, here's Firefly taking a few hits here. Got pushed a bit eagerly ahead there. And the Centaur there just ripping through the German troops there. With its strafing fire, thumbs up to blue for using that ability. Pretty good, but pretty overlooked. In the center here, more heavy fighting here between the Germans and the British, with neither side really making much gains. In the south, another push for the point. We got an MG-34 backed up by Jaegers, and the line from artillery could also assist here. We also got the flak panzer to assist here. Could be a problem here for Riflemen join the south. In the center, those where most of the fighting continues to happen here. Panther moving to go for the Cromwell here. Anti-tank grenades, PS, they're plummeting out the Panther here, damaging in fair amount. They're Incendiary unleashed as well here. Up north, we got CCS wing forces. Panther 4 is about to get ripped apart in a shower of PS fire. There we go. Pop goes the Weasel. Panther down to half health. Artillery raining down here. Sappers being slaughtered. It's absolute chaos, pandemonium, madness. Just absolute nonsense of the explosive kind. Cool bargain there, Veteran 4. In the end, I think the Germans came off worse for that because they didn't really do like any heavy damage to the British, didn't make much gains, and they lost, you know, at least in the case of CCarts, the only tank they had. Now we got Riflemen jobbers coming, another bit of air support here from CCarts. Again, the Centaur remains operational, so there's a good chance, again, this just gets negated if it hasn't already been. Comet almost got knocked up, does look like it narrowly survives. Panther new repairs. We got repair pioneers there for both mechanized Red and headquarters. I imagine they position them close together so they can that way, you know, support each other and repair stuff faster in unison. So, thumbs up there to CCS and Kyeon-woo at least coordinating that. Can, of course, be quite potent. Firefly being caught here by the Volksgrenadiere. Jäger versus the section. Gun bomb off there. Got the Ostwind rolling ahead here. Half A to SNE3. Routing the section with that. Panther's almost got to the Kyeon-woo. North here, center at it. The machine gun there is just being decimated. If not for that tree there, he actually probably would have gotten a wipe there. But I think that tree just slightly saved it for like a second more. But the center still ends up killing it. Really just powerful at SNE3. And again, strafing fire is just really, really good. Fire farming up the center here. CCarts pretty close to the King Tiger now. Has the fuel, almost has the manpower, has the tech. He just again needs that manpower and then he just needs to press a button and he's got a King Tiger. The south here, Kyeon-woo, they're feeling the heat here of the British Empire. As now Blue has brought his land matches to bear here. That's mostly CCarts is suffering the brunt of it, and his Kubelwagen is the first victim of the British artillery. It's always the Kubelwagen. The south here section, they're pushed back by another mini blob here. If Kyeon-woo just keeps moving about his infantry like that, definitely something I think he should tactically work a bit on. Sappers on the pursuit here. Panther, Flak Panther tearing into them. Sender being seized here. Got the commands ring back. We got a lot of abandoned weapons up north. Vickers and Raketenwerfer. Though no attempt here by Blue to seize them. There we go. King Tiger has arrived here for CCarts. The Königstiger, and then from nearby 502nd Schwerer Panzerabteilung. Panther versus the Comet. Meanwhile, Fallschirmjägers of the 3rd Fallschirmjäger Regiment there, moving in to support it. In fact, there's some photos of Fallschirmjägers actually riding along, I think, on King Tigers in the Ardennes, so little fun fact there. If I remember correctly. Oh, there we go. Vic has wiped, small win there for the Germans, but they're definitely seeing some issues here and there now as the British starting to really see how to say arm up here. Comet they're gaining 92. Flak Panther needs to rapidly disengage. Would be a shame here for Kyeon-woo to lose it. King Tiger find way around the center. 3 kills, and there go Chula rockets screaming at it, causing intense damage here to CCarts Königstiger. Up north, in an attempt to get to the northern victory point, is abruptly halted by the commanders who appear out of ambush and pretty much just execute the Volksgrenadiers. Like, just 2 commanders scored with Bren guns and Veteran 3 popping out of ambush is just instant death for infantry unless, like, immediate retreats, even then it might be too late there. MD-34 Veteran 1, 2 kills, line gun bombarding here. King Tiger being fixed up, north commanders advancing, center rushing in here, Fallschirmjägers blazing away. Further south he could advance in the southern victory point. Panthers setting up for Deutschland. Commanders being hammered, routed. Königstiger there, still being repaired. Will Kyeon-woo go for King Tiger of Zone? Not impossible, not impossible. I mean, he's pretty much got the same prerequisites set up there, so he could go for the King Tiger, except he doesn't have a lot of population for it. But still, there's some time to go, and he could lose some of the units he needs to get room for it. We'll have to see. Became another recruit here. Commanders firing into it. And wiped again. So that just didn't really matter, honestly. Got the sappers. Got the Firefly here. There's the Königstiger. Neatly called to get a fair amount of damage. Right after they've been repaired. Decent shot there from the King Tiger in the south here. We got Kyeon-woo's position being absolutely melted away with the rocket artillery. And there you go. Once more, his lumped up bunch of infantry is being met with intense fire and is almost wiped out. Kyeon-woo really needs to learn to spread out his men just a bit. I feel like he's too reliant on just blob tactics, which versus less experienced players can of course work, but it can also end up very punishing for you if you're not careful. King Tiger there, 5th kills, close veterans, 1 Firefly coming up here. Another good shot in the King Tiger with its 17-pounder gun. Panther there, veteran 2, shoots and at it. Another Panther for Kyeon-woo, alright, and more Sturmpuny as the others got wiped. As for CCarts, well, doesn't have fuel for anything else at the moment. I suppose you could go for more lead infantry, or another Sturmpioneers would also be a good idea here to support his King Tiger, keep it repaired more consistently and efficiently, plus another Panzerschreck. So I'd say there's a good argument here for CCarts investing into another Sturmpioneer squad. So he doesn't have to, like, be super reliant on this, though of course this still means his King Tiger can get fixed up fast, but 2 Sturmpioneers could have fixed it up fast at the front line and provide good anti-tank support. So that will at least be something to consider here. Osman there about to hit Veteran Fleet. There we go, Veteran Fleet here for the Flak Panzer. Got 230 versus 320. So far, the Germans got the victory point lead now. Panther right around the corner for Kyeon-woo and for Deutschland. There we go. Falcons made here by the center. Up north, machine gun hammered here by the center. The ace level center. There you go again, strafing fire. Almost wipes out the machine gun crew there in a matter of seconds. It's like a self-propelled Ark of the Covenant once it starts unleashing that one. South here, we've got the enemy field host section here. Could pop into no piercing rounds. King Tiger directed again, and once more getting pelted with a lot of fire. No support for the King Tiger. I think it was also definitely a mistake of the CCR. Should have some infantry support nearby. But the fighting makers were basically elsewhere. Air support again by CCRs. Does bring him some minor temporary relief. And then it's always just target practice for the center. And we got Riflemen Joy here with a Churchill Aviary. Bring up something a lot more explosive as the Germans and South Kyeon-woo's forces getting pummeled. Panther there. Once more with the damaged engine trying to get out of there. As the entire world around it just blows up. So the South Cromland work here against the Germans. Come falling back. There you go, center at it again. This time though not quite as lucky with the angle there. Ends up just blowing up empty ground. But even then, still killed a lot and knocked out a lot of aircraft. Black Panther is now at your feet. That's a small bit of help there for Kyeon-woo. Regular and white phosphor smoke then unleashed. Panthers at the ready once more in a few seconds. King Tiger once more in need of repairs. We've got a Panther 4 there for CCRs and for Deutschland. There's an argument he may want to get a Yak Panther out to help deal with the Firefly and other things at safer distances. Panther getting a machine gun there. Wiped out. There's another British under fire from the Comet. Or the Osprey, that is definitely not a Comet. Comet is a bit further away here, but the Osprey is definitely ripping into them. Half 8 to 84, but does get a nice damage bonus, which is very bad news for infantry. Another wipe here, though, on CCarts. In fact, he's done just Fallschirmjägers and the Sturmpioneer. He should definitely want to replace some of his losses here. Maybe call in some more Fallschirmjägers or Orbisoldaten, but some amount of infantry would be good here for CCRs. And South here coming pushed back with the 2 Panthers rolling ahead here for Deutschland. Charging ahead here, we've got the Sapswing 40 flanking the Panthers. Need to be careful here. Could get caught in a bad position. Those also the AVRE here. One Panther's definitely down here pretty aggressively, and Kyeon-woo doesn't have quite enough support nearby. Sappers wiped here. Looks like Kyeon was able to avoid a potential disaster. In the center, King timing forwards. More artillery fire here, more death, more explosions. Churchill Aviary there, being shot at by the Panther, but the Panther misses. Other Panthers also now moving in there. Kyeon-woo is on the offense, but could get flanked here by North by Blue. And if then Riflemen Jaw attacks as well, they could really cause Kyeon-woo some issues. Common here was the two Panthers. One Panther's about to get knocked. 6 Pounder gun here providing excellent support there. Panther narrowly surviving, and there you go. Avery pretty much just crashes Kyeon-woo's infantry. Does do some heavy damage to the center, which I imagine must have been a bit of traumatic development for it. Good lord, there's German infantry everywhere. Oh, look over there. It's Churchill. It's coming to save us. Oh, no, it's the Avery. The what? Boom, and they're just all deaf. Veteran for on the Ostwind. That was really painful there for Kyeon-woo, and really, I think, just a, you know, well-deserved punishment for constantly blobbing about like the way he did. No two ways around that one. Ace Firefly running force here, though, for Blue. No actual kills, but, you know, he's done a really good job. Good enough job, they're going to give him a medal. Doing a really good job for the British Empire. We're going to give you this medal, but I haven't killed anyone. Doesn't matter. You're born upper class, and we'll reward our own kind. Splendid. Jagdpanzer on the way there for Kyeon-woo. Koenigsegg in the center being assaulted here. Fallschirmjägers, they're trying to ambush, instead they just get melted. Got 224 was 206. The British are back in leading into the Germans. Jagdpanzer top of the Panther, the Ostwind here, but again, Kyeon-woo really short infantry. Flak Panzer slowly approaching the ace level. Comet racing forwards here. Right at the Comet here. Comet bet you 2 they gained. Jagdpanzer's almost done. CCarts there. Just got the northern field point. Could attack, trying to attack from northwards into the flank here, Blue. South here. Riflemen in Jaw there. And Jaw's pushing up against the German southern flank here. Panther gaining veterans 1. Wipe the line for gun. The Jagdpanzer's almost done. Panther there is close to death there, but it's also close to veteran 3. In the center there, German infantry push back, forcing the King Tiger to withdraw as well. The Panther 4 and the Fallschirmjägers has just forgotten up north. And we got the center just, you know, ripping apart stuff as usual. And there you go, the veteran 2 Panthers down for Kyeon-woo. A stinging blow there to the Reich. To the 107th Panther Brigade. Lots of intensity off it. It is utter chaos. Again. North here we got the Centaur and the Firefly. Breaching through CCarts northern lines, which were quite woefully overextended. And there you go, Panther 4 being wedged between 2 Fireflies, including an Ace 1. Is not great news for the Panther. We do get a Comet Blitz, but yeah, that's not a situation you get out of alive. Unless you made a deal with the devil, I guess. And I'd say there are much better things to ask sell yourself to the devil for than that. Comet Panther blitzing in here, trying to take out the Chill Aviary, but Knight 10 of losing the Panther instead. Gets it, but does lose the Panther. I don't think that was necessarily worth it here for Kyeon-woo. In fact, he's down just the Ostwind, the Jagdpanzer, and Obersan squad, and the Sturmpionier. Everything else is dead. That is a really bad spot to be in for him, but also, by extension, for CCarts, since his teammate, of course, then is not going to be of much help. It really puts more pressure on the shoulders of CCarts to hold. Black Panzer, though, is very close to the ace level, but it's also now fairly close to just being killed here. Jagdpanzer's also close to just exploding here. Really bad spot for Kyeon-woo, honestly. And there you go, his Jagdpanzer's down. He's down to just Jägers, Obersan, Sturmpionier, and the Ostwind. Admittedly, Riflemen Joy has also seen some fairly heavy losses, but even then, he's still a bit better off than Kyeon-woo currently. So it's basically in both cases here, the northern side that is Blue and CCarts carrying here. Oh, he's about to lose perhaps the Centaur here. He does blitz away there, but survives. Wow. Firefly backing off here. Yeah, Riflemen Blue definitely has the larger force here out of all 4 players. The commanders are definitely a significant threat to be taken seriously. Trying to take out the Firefly, but the Ace one does slip away there from the German right. Could he take out the other one? Probably not. Another push northwards. We've got the 2 land matches out here for blue. Koenigsegger there. Eventually to it. Here's the terrain to set the Firefly Ace. Good shot on the other Firefly, but half, and they got more air support, but like, does he just not care? I mean, he's just flying away, like killing Luftwaffe pilots.
HQ is under attack. Typical.
Like, where does he think they, like, does he think they grow on trees or something? Herr Oberleutnant, we're losing all the Luftwaffe pilots. Ja, weil sie grown trees, don't sie? What make you think sad? They're human beings. Yeah? Really? What kind of propaganda have you been listening to? It's English. You're an idiot. Flag pumping forwards there. ND 34 there for Kyeon-woo. 42 kills in the center. Of which 15 aircraft kills. That is a hell of an anti-aircraft tank. That is a hell of an anti-aircraft tank. Actually called in the northern victory point to slow down the German scrap. Got 201 on 36. CCarts there with more Fallschirmjäger replaced once lost. Kyeon-woo is just... Well, I'm not entirely sure what Kyeon-woo is doing at this point, honestly. Like, his forces have just been ravaged. I guess he's trying to rebuild them, but in what direction is harder to say here. Another commander push here with 21 kills on both squads? Oh, that's 31 in their own, actually, never mind. There you go, machine gun fire, Fallschirmjäger fire there, ripping apart the commanders. Their assault not quite going well. We've got the Fireflies diving ahead here as well. Got Bandeladung there. Oh, yeah. Briefly thought there was a blend curve actually due to the oil smoke. And there you go. Double land matches barrage here now on CCR's northern positions. Narrowly and desperately dodging out of the way of that Firefly. But King Tai going for it. There we go. Almost got one of the land matches. There we go. At least the crew's gone. Yak Panther might be able to finish off here. Could take out a Firefly because right here's a bit of an awkward setup here with one Firefly actually blocking the other one. One more shot and there we go. Blue does lose a Firefly. Not his ace one though, which would obviously have been the best development there for the Germans. Still getting rid of one of them. It will help the Germans a bit here. But up north, the blue strikes again with the ace center. 44 kills. 45. It is an absolute monster. An absolute monster. Machine gun there wiped out. Firefly halfway done. Yak Pounds up the center. Almost got it there. And finally, after much torment, they take out the center. That was a hell of a blow there. And another one on the call for blue because, again, the first one did really well, so why not for another one? Yak Pantalane got in the Comet. Panzer shaking the south here from Kyeon-woo Sturmpioniere. What is he planning? Is he? I think he's going for a King Tiger as well. He's attempting it, but problem is, will they have enough time? More Sabacy from Riflemen Joya. Most of the center part of the map has just been completely just ripped apart. It's a moon landscape. More Fallschirmjäger for CCarts though. Koenigsegger can be repaired. Okay, he's lost his ace Fallschirmjägers, then he's just forced to replace with more regular ones. Certainly a dark day for the Luftwaffe. A dark day. So many pilots and so many Fallschirmjägers killed. Got the land matches as it again. Well, the remaining one. Having read that CCarts and Kyeon-woo's positions. Hoping to get lucky, but so far just blowing up dust. Can we call it with the section? Call in some artillery to make it harder for the Germans to get the point. There we go. Double Firefly volley there on the Yak Pants, almost knocked out immediately. There we go. Yak Pants are down immediately. Quite painful there for CCarts. Excellent kill there for Blue and the British Empire. South here, Flak Pants was the section there. We got the Comet moving forward here. Good hit in the Ostwind. Rakev returning to deal with the South Comet as well there. Decent shot there. Rakev with a Pentric misses. And we got another Panther out for Kyeon-woo. It does look like I might have been gone for King Tiger at least initially, but clearly realised that wasn't going to work out. But even then, will the Panther really do anything different either? Panther 4 for CCarts up north here. The Fallschirmjäger is just being completely vaporised there by the Centaur. In the centre here, we got the Phantom Fireflies up with the King Tiger here. Virtually free, half HP 4. Almost got it there. Almost got the Ace Firefly, but it's just taking so much damage from them. And the commander's just swept away any Germans off the centre there. Good shot there from the Comet on the Panther. Got artillery called in Kyeon-woo here, trying to push away the Brits from the western field, or southern field point. Much west there. You got 177 to 52. The Germans are at the cusp of defeat. They need to pull off something here to have a chance. King Tiger there in dire need of repairs. Another Panther ready. 46. Jaeger's busy with the southern victory point here. Another Comet for Riflemen enjoy. As for Blue, who knows? Oh, something got melted away there with the land matches, I think. Oh, that just Blue's just kind of bored. $40 versus 177. Tilly called in again to make it harder for the Germans to get the point. Basically using the artillery strike here to just block the Germans from ground the point for a certain amount of time. Cheeky, but effective. South here we got Kyeon-woo rushing forward with his Ace Flak Panther, 40 kills there. But now we got here Riflemen enjoy with a Comet counterattack here. Ostwind down the half-health Panther moving up. One Comet there is taking some shots, but there you go artillery corner as well here. In fact, it's in artillery, making it harder here for Kyeon-woo to establish an effective defense in the south. The Kedman had high likelihood of just getting, well, roasted. There we go. Around the centre with a few plucky Sturmpionier. Ace Comet rushing forward here. Panther bounces the shot off its front llama, leaving the Comet obviously unscathed. We got 177 to 28. Centaur going for northern point here, looking for the Fallschirmjäger, spotting them, and of course proceeds to murder them. The Centaur Germans got the point here in the south. British moving forwards. Comet taking it from the Kednaffer. Number 2 here under Kyeon-woo's command. Comet and Panther racing at each other here. The Kednaffer under British command, firing at the Panther here. Comet they're racing forwards. Grenades being popped up, I think. Oh, this is white phosphorus. Or both. Almost got the Panther here. This kind of looks like GG for the Germans, perhaps. I mean, Kyeon-woo in the south might just be rendered combat ineffective now. Wow, they keep bouncing shots off here of each other. And there you go. Not for much longer. Panther is down up north here. CCarts keeps fighting with his Königstiger. Blue's forces are being held up somewhat. But in the south is complete unfolding disaster here for Kyeon-woo. His entire forces have been rendered inert. His Ace Flak Panther's gone. He's down to just a Jaeger squad and MG-34. Even if CCarts is more intact, he's also suffered heavy losses and really only has the King Tiger, which is now near the Ace level left. And even that is not going to have much of an impact against the British now. This kind of looks like it is GG here. At this point, all we can really ask is, can the King Tiger at least hit the Ace level before it's game over? And I think the answer to that might actually be no. There we go. They surrender right before that. GG, game over. A loss here for the Germans. A victory for the British. A brutal, drawn-out fight here. In the end, I think the British certainly played to the strengths well, which is commanders with Bren guns, lots of Fireflies, and of course the Centaur. The Germans, meanwhile, I think, you know, kind of commit the same mistakes, just relying too much on the Panthers. Kyeon-woo, meanwhile, blocked too much, which is a trait some Orbital Commandos players typically tend to develop because they can get away with it for some time. But again, it's a really bad habit in the longer run, and the Avery really punish that very hard. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match or learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family. But don't tell enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you'll come again from that episode. Bye.